Right, in today's video I'm going to show you how I sharpen my tungsten. Now this is 16th inch tungsten, so I'm doing my little small stuff here. And I bought this so it's a little more legible for you guys, and well, I bought it so it's a little more legible for you guys. Bought it so there we go, magic 8 ball. So it's a little more legible. I'll put a link down in the description down below on all the stuff so you can see where I got this one from. But the one here is very sharp. You can see, definitely sharper than the other one. This is what I'll use, about a 15 degrees. Some of you guys may say, dang, that's a 10. But how about we call it even? We're both winners, and it's very sharp. We'll call it that. Now, when I'm using a very sharp one like this, I'm doing my very thin projects and things like that, especially like this one back here for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So one lucky person will get generated at random when I hit 1,000 subscribers and getting a cool trinket. So comment down below what you guys think it is. Now back to the gauge. This I try to shoot for is 30, and now you want to square it off the edge. You don't want to stick it into the machinist gauge clear into the here. You're going to try to square it off of that and everything. So just if you're doing something small like this, just go off that edge. I'll try to use that white back there. This one's ground down pretty good. You can see I'm nice and square. I'm at about 30 degrees. If not, you'd see a gap in the front there. Or if it was sharper, you know, like that 15 degree or sharp one, we're calling that sharp one, you would have that gap in the back there. So on a 30 degree blunt nose works great for aluminum and things like that. Sometimes I'll just round it off a little bit more, but I grind it flat. And you can use any of these. They work okay. But typically, if I'm ever running anything like a 60, I'm doing root pass maybe, but I don't even hardly do that anymore. But my go-to is probably the 30, and that gets me through all sorts of materials. And you know, if I have an issue, I just go up in size on the tungsten rod. Now, when I sharpen it, I use trusty here. Now this thing was my grandpa's, and then it was my dad's, and well, you can see it doesn't have two wheels on it, and not because it's out of balance. That's because, well, she just don't have enough poop no more to get going. So you can see what it's used for, and one thing only. It's not meant for sharpening pencils. It's not meant for sharpening, you know, drill bits or anything like that. So just one thing only. I do have to write it on there because, you know, you get somebody over here that has no idea, and well, it happens. Now when it comes time to sharpening, my dad was a nuclear welder. He would actually sharpen them just straight sideways like this, and he probably taught me that way, and me being a teenager, I probably didn't listen very good, imagine that. But as I got older, and quite a bit older, he saw me come over one day, and I was sharpening tungsten up at an angle like this, and he asked me, hey, why are you doing it like that? And I said, well, that's how you sharpen your tungsten. And he goes, well, why do you think that? And I said, well, that's how I sharpen the knife. I don't sharpen the knife downwards. I don't sharpen knives that side. I always sharpen them up to get the sharpest point and to get the best edge on it. So I figure I sharpen my tungsten that way. And well, he went, That was the noise he made when he had something going on in his head. He was really thinking. And after we get done sharpening, well, we come to the copper, and we hit it with the maximum hour output that we are welding with. We put the pedal down to the floor, and that's how we clean off our tungsten rod. If you can't handle that output, then you're using too small of a rod for that power output. So I'll step up to a bigger rod. And this is where my dad started really noticing that the tip blowing off was not as often by grinding it upwards. So I think that's, ever since my dad saw that, he never went back, and that's the way we always have ground our electrodes ever since. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. Peace out.